What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions. This episode is another mod highlight. We're talking essential Xbox mods for the Outpost specifically, and I love these mods. I highly recommend these mods. I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. In the meantime, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it if you do. It helps me out a lot. I hope you like the video. As always, let me know in the comments down below what you think of these mods, of mods you want to see, of the playthrough series, whatever. Always let me know. But this first mod here is Recycle Your Junk by Komododuck, and I love it. So instead of always having to take all of your goods to like a vendor or a trade kiosk, instead of having to find a way to store a bunch of stuff that you might not necessarily want to store, and instead of just dropping them all over the place, you now can take your resources, your goods and items, to workbenches, and you'll have the option to recycle junk, not just use the workbench. You can then choose your junk you want to recycle, and when you recycle the junk, it turns into, as I found out, organic. Maybe not all the time, but it seemed like most of the stuff that I recycled for this video, it turned into organic material specifically that goes into your inventory, and then you can just manage those resources from there. So I highly recommend the Recycle Your Junk mod. Fantastic. This one right here is just highlighting again a addition to a mod I've already talked about. So I guess not highlighting again the addition, this is the first time I'm talking about the Outpost crew command station specifically, but I have talked about OldBard's Bards Recruitment Outpost beacon in a previous video, the very first top 3 essential mods video that I put out. Definitely check that out if you haven't. It talks about a couple other mods that I highly recommend for your playthrough as well. But if you are a Fallout 4 fan of the settlement system specifically, Bard's Outpost Recruitment Beacon gives you that same feeling, at least. It introduces or reintroduces the mechanic of putting up a beacon, attracting colonists to that outpost, and with the crew command station, you can actually further specify what roles those colonists play in your outpost. So initially you can set them up to be able to like clear debris, whether it be natural debris or like bodies after an attack on the outpost. You can set up these checkpoint stations that I'm highlighting on screen now, and you can actually have the colonists patrol. So instead of just kind of wandering aimlessly or waiting in between events to be able to clear some debris, you can actually have some specifically stationed to guard the outpost. And you can set up the route patrolling the outpost with these checkpoint markers. So again, I highly encourage Bard's Outpost mods in general. There's a couple of them, but specifically the Outpost Recruitment Beacon and then the Command Console. Very, very cool mods that absolutely bring the Outpost system to life for Starfield. It's the biggest thing in my opinion it was missing at launch, and I am very satisfied with what those mods bring to the game. Next one is the first mod from Betamax 76 we're going to talk about in this video. It's the Outpost Crew Station Chairs. And again, so we're talking about like immersion of making the settlement feel alive, right? We're adding in the colonists that you can bring in that can populate the place. This allows you to not just have to use the like office cubicle style crew station that comes with the game by default. This turns all of these base game chairs into those crew stations. So you can use them at like workbenches, how I have it set up with like a desk and a monitor. You can actually now more customize and personalize what your outposts do and where your crew stations specifically are set up at. The next 2 mods I'm going to show off side by side. It is by StackGX, Better Living, and SkullyNBones, the Skullys Emporium. My asterisk on Skullys Emporium for what I'm showing on screen, I am using a slightly older model. I haven't updated to the newest edition. Either way though, both these mods combined adds probably around 500 plus base game items that are now buildable within the various crafting menus in the Outpost system. You can use them on ships as well. I guess I should kind of backstate that a lot of these mods, not the Outpost recruitment stuff, but a lot of the mods that work for Outpost building also work within ship building. And these mods specifically are some of those mods that also work within the shipbuilding. So I mean, look at it on screen, and I'm only kind of going down through categories. If you notice within these categories, there are several options to the left and right that you can toggle through. So again, it's by my count, I think Skullys is just under 400 that this version adds. I know Better Living adds probably around like 200 plus, accounting for maybe a couple duplicates between the two, I'm not sure. But that's where I got the ballpark, around 500 items. Most of them have basic crafting ingredient needs, if you will, but as you saw with that plant, some of these also just require credits. So when I get to the next one where I talk about vending machines, you build those with credits, and then they actually add not just immersion, but actual like game assisting mechanics to the game. So Skullys, Emporium, Better Living, highly recommend those to decorate your outpost. Not only easier, but they just look a lot better with these assets in the game. And like I said, the last one here, it's another one from Betamax 76. It's vending machines. Adds like 11 plus different vending machines into the outpost building system. And not only do they look cool, and they only cost credits to build, but they actually are functioning. So if you're following the series, you know I play with the Starvival Edition. If you also are playing with the Starvival Mod Edition, then you know food and drink are even more important than just with the new sustenance settings within the base game, right? So with these mods now, with this mod specifically, vending machines, you can not only store food and drink at your outposts across the systems, but you can also put in these vending machines and say that you haven't had any food or drink stored. You can just spend a couple credits and grab some as you need it. So that's it for the video. I hope you all go grab these mods and let me know what you think.